Click. Hello, everyone out there in the amazing YouTube space, entire just 3 months in Atlanta. I'm still out, which is not how bad again. I'm not sugarcoating something or underestimating or downplaying something or something like that might fall along these lines. I'm just kind of trying to keep it directly to the point, and despite the fact that I'm pretty weird right now, but everything falls along the lines that I wanted to fall, and just getting through all those hardships and getting through all this mess or my things that I get bored, they get excuse me messy in my brain, and I have to sort them out in order to put on the right shelves in my apprehension of what I do, and that goes pretty not to say that it's something that I cannot do, but it goes closely to the point that I'm barely able to do what I'm getting through right now, and it's probably should be that way that making your way almost in the darkest, like making your way like with your arms and not seeing everything clearly or decently to the full extent, but I'm getting forward, and I've been always getting forward, and for the whole my life, and now I'm again like it's never been like that before. I never ever fucking remember myself doing something so loaded with information, with all those mental processes that they're boiling in my brain. They're pretty harsh, because I've never been through those booths before. Even at the university, I don't remember myself doing something even closely to this stuff that I doing now, which I'm getting through at the current point of my life. And my American is like relief after working day. It's my purest love of all my life. My American English, my just whatever doing, I love it in unconditional way. I cannot even give it justice to what extent I do love my American. I cannot figure the fucking reason out of my brain why I love my American. It's like feels like I've always wanted to be American, be my English American, speak my English American again, only with mistakes. Don't fucking care about making some mistakes or many mistakes. I see some gal once tried to estimate my English. She gave some mark related to my English level. Fuck that mark. I don't feel it. I don't feel when I use it. I don't feel when I make mistakes. I don't feel because I breathe it. I breathe it like my native one, it is my native one, and one of several languages that I've been given from my birth. Probably my American only began to flourish like later in life, and but nowadays, as I've been through all the years of getting relish in my American, I cannot say this is not my not native language. It became that way. It became my native. It became my something like I've always had, and I don't feel it. I don't because at some point I realized, and I mean realized, I felt like I was not getting any separate notions inside my brain while I was listening to Native American voices. No rendering, no inter-language kind of rendering machine in between anymore. Like I feel it like it goes right inside my lungs, right inside my backbone, and dissolves fucking there, fucking in a good meaning of the word. And I don't feel like something separate, like something like I can put it or take it. And when I hear American voices, they all mine. Those sounds, I love them a lot, and I tend to lean along the lines of American version of English, which I'm a big backer of, and follower of many international internet sources of what they say, what they put on the internet, and I try to watch it right. I don't know, it's not necessarily saying that I try to watch it regularly. I'm fucking watching it regularly, and my tabs are always open, and I'm all when the working day ends, I'm all on it. It's my leisure, my pleasure to be that way, to feel and breathe that way with my Native American language. And when I'm out of my working process, I do it as a thing on the side, but in good meaning of the word, like thing on the side, like job on the side. You have a job on the side, I have my leisure on the side, kind of thing. I do it every day. I just listen, and I'm pretty contented with what I have in that regard, because no any local source of information will never tell you. It never tells the truth. But American news, they always say, like almost like in uh, an engaged way, what people do on the whole globe, what they up to, what they probably is like a freedom of choice, freedom of will. They might lie at some points, like sugarcoating some I don't know, particular maybe a political affiliation. They might be sugarcoating that, but not to that extent that it annoys you a lot. And is comparatively to the local sources. But I wouldn't say that I am a big watcher of some news channels, because like in terms of my American English thing, that matters to me personally. But on the whole, I say, then they speak like then they do not speak American English. I don't care about what happens there on those news channels, because I don't allow I don't know, my native language, but I more care, I say, about my American English than anything else, because that gives me like a magic push in the ass, like nudges me to do more things in my life related to my American practice, be American, behave like American, and again, like don't feel any boundaries, because on the whole internet things are made not even predominantly, utterly an American version of English. And when I dived more into that stuff, up to the hilt, I should say, I felt like there is no bottom in that bottomless world of American English, because people tend to make like me, for example, me included, I tend to make that standard, so-called standard American accent, which means no accent at all. And I kind of am like, I'm in my way of shit in my native language derived or personal language derived accent. Some people say that I still do have like 35, 25, 24, 23% of my native language derived thing in terms of my accent, how I sound, how I pronounce things, but I do not like put too much efforts into pronouncing it right. I try to like be like get it on the fly how to speak, and I kind of and give again that outflow out of me, because the more practice that not that input input is always and always important, but the more important thing, I see, like they're evenly spread, and there are significance evenly spread in my apprehension, which is better way to practice, whether it's listening, whether it's practicing out loud as I'm doing right now. I say that it's utterly important to get that inflow and give the outflow, because they matter in the same way, whether speak, whether get on the fly what people say on news channels, on shows or movies even, and then you get it on the fly. That's when you can say that you're truly prepared for any instances of listening to native speech. And if you get it on the fly, that's good. But I'd say that some days are pretty bad, some days are pretty good. It depends on your brain abilities at current moment, or in which condition you are right now, whether you're being low, like whether you're being at a higher position of brain activity. It all counts. It all counts, because I've been through that. I can't say that. Guys, get all sent into my channel. Don't fucking think about switching shit up, because they won't allow you to do that. And I already read the shit up. So my and our flow right now doesn't look at ways anymore. We can do with our ways, with our precious ways, wherever we want. It's freedom of choice, freedom of will. Be that way. Live your life. It's like you know, the last day of your life. Imagine that, like not in a bad sense, but you understand where I'm going with this. So anyway, thanks for attendance here along with me. I feel y'all, and thanks again for just being my life, and because I feel y'all, and that matters to me personally. Gotta roll. Thanks again for just that you took your time to be here right now, along with me right now. And thanks again for whatever you're doing. But I still fucking know what you're doing while practicing my American. And that being said, I already read for the second time this video shoot that shit up. It's still in my floor right now. It doesn't block our ways anymore. Can do our ways, whatever you want. Be good. Gotta roll. Sit down. Peace out. Be good all the time. You have my permission of being good all the time. Stay tuned and thanks again. See you around. See you all around, guys and guys, very soon. Be good, get roll. Thanks again.